On Wednesday, July 13th, 20 Albion residents gathered in the meadow next to the Albion store for an anti-smart meter rally. These residents are part of a newly formed group called Albion Community Awareness Network, or ACAN. ACAN members gathered for approximately 2 hours holding big yellow Refuse PG&E smart meter installation signs to let passersby and the local residents know that Wellington Energy, PG&E subcontractor, was in the neighborhood installing smart meters. A local photographer and member of the group questioned the individual members why they were not supportive of smart meters.
Be vocal.
Yeah.
No smart meters.
So what? How come you're here?
I'm here to protest smart meters because I know that they are actually government intrusion on our private lives, not to speak of the health effects and the fact that PG&E are completely unreliable. Some people have reported increased costs for no reason. I mean, fires. It's a complete danger, hazard to our children, to any living being. No smart meter.
Right on. And you?
Well, the same goes for me, except I would add one thing which I don't think some of us have thought of, which is that this provides the base for actually what they refer to as, there are certain electric weapons. They can actually discharge electric weapons through this system.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Typical.
Yeah. Not nice.
Well, first of all,
all right, Sherry.
Number one, they're breaking the law because our county passed an ordinance that said it is illegal to install smart meters.
Right.
And PG&E, there's no one above the law. We're not above the law, so that's very offensive to us.
Yes.
Secondly, I talked to PG&E yesterday, one of their representatives, and the woman was very kind, and I know she's just an employee, but she said that PG&E would do us no harm. And I asked her if she ever saw Erin Brockovich because they have done harm, and I'm not saying that they intend to, but they are not as informed as we might like them to be. And just because they put it out on their website that this is safe technology does not mean that it does, because there's so much evidence to the contrary of that. So we are frightened. We've made our voices clear. We voted. We said no. It's against the law, and so they're violating the law, and that should be
enough. Right there. Really. Right on.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm here for the control issue, basically, because once this network is in place, they can control, turn it off. They're unemploying people. I talked to my meter reader, and without giving any names or addresses here, he's not happy about it. He's near retirement, and if he can't finish out his term where he is, he's going to have to pack up his family and move to another county to keep his job so he can have his retirement. Wow. So that's not fair. There's too many jobs overseas these days anyway. So, get out of here. We don't want you here. Go away. It's against the law. We've spoken. Bye-bye.
Right on. Bill?
Well,
why are you here?
I'm here because my friends are here.
You just like a good rally.
I like a good rally. They're better than meetings, that's for sure. So anyhow, it seems to me that this is really an infringement on individual rights. I hope that some of the people who say they are so much opposed to what big government is doing realize that we have big government because we have big business, and big business is what makes big government, and it works for them instead of for us. And that's what I'm looking at.
And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
It's getting more and more intrusive. We're getting stronger and stronger and stronger while they get bigger and bigger.
I hope so.
That's what I think.
Right.
But it is getting more and more intrusive.
Right.
And I don't know what it'll take for people to wake up. I'm so glad that people in Albion seem to have awakened for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what are we going to do? How are we going to keep them out of, like say if they come to your place, what are you going to do?
Well, if I can find the right place, some of us are going to commit an act of civil obedience and force the sheriff to come deal with us.
Yeah.
And we've got that plan, and we just have to find the right situation. That's why we're trying to figure out where the trucks are. because it'd be very easy to stop a truck.
Right.
It was not that hard to stop logging trucks or road graders. I'm sure we can stop a pickup.
Yeah. So what did Allman say about this, Sheriff Allman?
Oh,
What's he gonna do?
he's kind of, I heard him talk on the radio. It was kind of wishy-washy. He was saying that he has people coming to him and saying they want to have the smart meter installed, and he doesn't have enough money to really deal with it. So we don't know quite what he's going to do.
But don't we have a county moratorium against smart meters?
That's what I understand. We're going to find out pretty soon.
Everyone call the supervisors and get them involved in this. And we might also think about getting an attorney, you know, somebody to represent Albion and get an injunction. You know, we have
We do.
the law.
We need an attorney, yes.
Yeah, and injunctions are fun. They are. It's fun being in court and using the law because we have it.
And Sherry, you know, just think if you bare your breasts against smart meters, you might win another lawsuit.
That's right.
That's right.
I need some support from all of you.
Okay, we'll have it. We'll do it too. Although we won't have as much to show for it.
All right, where are we? Hey, Linda.
No,
Not Linda. So, what, Anne-Marie? What do you think? Why are you here?
I'm here because for different reasons. First of all, health reasons. I feel we're being lied to. We're being told those meters are only on for a little bit at a time, but it's a few seconds all the time, which adds up to an incredible amount of RF radio frequency, and some of these meters are installed next to people's bedrooms, and the studies that have been done by PG&E and their supporters are not the same studies that the World Health Organization comes up with. They're saying it's cancer causing. And it's long-term effects that are going to affect people, so we might not know tomorrow or in a week, a month, a year. It might take 10 or 20 years until we know or more what we have caused. It's this whole electrosmog. It's not just only the smart meters, it's the cumulative effect from cell phones, cell towers, and who knows, in the countryside it might be even stronger than in a city because we live few and far in between, and it's not just the smart meters, it's the transmitters, and nobody wants to tell us how much electrosmog they're causing. So we haven't been asked, we haven't been involved with this process. We just know that there is lots of stimulus money from the federal government for companies to produce smart meters. And in the case of PG&E working with Wellington, Wellington hires people who are not trained, and the meters have not been UL approved, which every electrician knows about it. So we're dealing with people who break the law. They climb over gates and fences and rush to get a meter in 5 minutes, and they don't know what they're doing. Fires has been caused in Santa Rosa at the mall. A fireman had his house almost go up in flames. Also, San Bruno, people are thinking that the smart meters didn't help there. So we have health reasons, we have safety reasons, it can be hacked into, and we can have our power turned off at their will, or turned up higher or turned down lower, however they please to do that. And we might have a fire here and not be able to extinguish it because we have no power. And it's just all around not a great idea, and it's an invasion of privacy. So some people have solar, but they're still plugged into PG&E, some of them. Some have batteries, and pretty soon all the equipment, the appliances are smart meter, have smart meters in them, and so we're just gonna die in this electrosmog from all these pieces of equipment which were sold and told, well, they will empower us, we will be able to better tell how much electricity we're using. I can do that right now. I go on the PG&E webpage, they have an analyzer, I see how much each piece of equipment how much electricity it uses, how I can improve it, and I don't need that.
You can see like how much your refrigerator is pulling?
Well, I can see how I can improve the situation, maybe get a better, newer refrigerator if hopefully they don't have the smart meters installed yet, and put a blanket around my hot water heater. I can see a lot of things, and so I think we're being lied to, and we're not being asked for our comments, and we're just being forced to accept something that big corporations just want to make money with, and it's to our detriment.
Yeah, and what about the jobs that are lost? What about the people that are put out of work?
I feel they're lying about that, because they're saying that 80% of the workers will have another job with them. I don't quite believe that, and the other 20 are either retiring or have to go somewhere else. But I was also told by PG&E that since 2002 they've hired temporary workers. So I don't think they're going to treat these temporary workers that well. There's probably no union supporting a temporary worker, and so they're going to just tell their workers bye-bye and look out for yourself.
Right.
And if they really want to save money on that and make it cheaper for us, then
cheaper for us, is that their goal?
Well, that's not their goal, but if they truly wanted to do that, then, which they're trying to sell their smart meters by saying it will be cheaper, which we know it hasn't been the case. 40,000 installations have not been working properly. But if that is really the case, then it's just lost my train of thought, but they could do it a wired version, and that's how they started out in Bakersfield and Chico, and
with fiber optics.
It was wired, but there were so many problems that they got close to $600 million from the CPUC, the California Public Utilities Commission, to remedy that, and what they came up with was wireless. So there is no reason it can't be wired. Switzerland and Italy has wired systems. There are more and more research where schools are not having wireless computers anymore, and if it's not healthy for little children in elementary school, then it's not healthy for anybody else. And we know that they're more sensitive, and as they're growing and developing, but so there are ways to deal with that, and it's not going to be cheaper like they're trying to sell it to us. A lot of people have had their bills jump up because of the inaccuracies.
Yes, I've heard that it can actually pick up your neighbor's amount of usage and mistake that for yours. So if your neighbor's using 5 times more electricity than you are, you may be billed for your neighbor's usage rather than your own.
Right, and we do have to think of the canaries in the mine. I mean, there are some people who are highly sensitive, and they keep moving and keep moving closer to wilderness, trying to get away from all of this, and if they're reacting to it, then it probably is an indication that there is an issue, and we should think of these people even if we ourselves are not sensitive or think we're not. So that's important for me.
They're EMF refugees.
Right.
It's a whole new refugee population that people have to escape from this field. And also, another thing that this county has done is pass the precautionary principle. I think we're also thinking of that we don't know. We really don't have all the information that we need to have regarding this kind of technology. And as a county, as conscious people, we have made this very clear with the precautionary principle and also this ordinance against smart meters.
Hey, Tommy.
Do you know the details of it?
Do you know anything about the moratorium?
I don't really know anything. I thought there was a moratorium in Mendocino County about smart meters, and that's what I've heard. That's the line that the Board of Supervisors and everybody is talking about. But how can there be a moratorium in place if PG&E is coming in here and without our permission and switching out our meters? I think that doesn't sound like they're violating our civil rights to me. But my question for PG&E is, if it's a natural gas meter, is it a fart meter?
I want to say a little bit more about the moratorium.
Sure.
I understand that Mendocino County is not the only county that placed a moratorium in effect. There are 43 different communities in California that have adopted a moratorium. And locally, the Fort Bragg City Council came out against the smart meter. The Willits City Council came out against it. And tomorrow will be a meeting in Anchor Bay where they're contemplating having a strong opposition to smart meters. And it's just a growing issue. People don't know so much about it because PG&E was just trying to surprise people with this, and the Wellington Energy people. So it's this, people are caught off guard. But as more information gets out in the public, the more we can, have legal footing. And I understand that if people send a certified letter to PG&E voicing their strong opposition that this is a good thing to do legally. And, of course, all the other measures like putting a sticker on the meter, putting a sign on the driveway, locking the meter without making it not visible to the meter people. And people can complain in writing to the CPUC, and they can send a copy to Governor Brown, and send a copy to Noreen Evans, and send a copy to Chesbro. And there's many web pages that people can look for information. Stop Smart Meters, EMF, Safety Network, Turn.org, and there's lots of petitions to sign there. Also complaining to Governor Brown because PV, who is in charge of the Public Utilities Commission, he used to work for Edison Electricity Company. And so he is not an advocate for people. It's called Public Utilities Commission, but they're all in the same bed with the electrical companies. So it's not advocates for the public. And PV should be replaced by another chief. It was the issue that PV is not in favor or advocating for the public was clear when it came to a vote. and he voted against the opt-out, whereas his commissioners voted in favor of the opt-out. And Governor Brown actually replaced 3 of the commissioners, but he needs to replace the boss. And the opt-out is not really a solution because it's very costly. It costs $270 up front and then about $10 each month extra on top of your electricity bill, or you pay less and then you pay $20 each month or whatever. But we shouldn't have to pay more for wanting to opt out. This is not, doesn't seem to make much sense.
So hey Ed, why are you here?
Because I tried inventing a way to make electricity out of fog and it didn't work. So I came to here. Oh, I don't know, just my usual campaign to turn fog into electricity.
So how smart are smart meters?
I don't have any money.
Paid for it, but
Who are they smart for?
In my opinion, they're smart for PG&E. I don't think they do me a bit of good.
That's right. That's right, they worded it carefully, didn't they?
Carefully enough.
Though the wicked persecute I, still my heart has low.